How did you get into radio broadcasting?
When I was a little kid, I always wanted to be on the radio. My cousin had a pirate radio station when I was like 5, 6 years old that I used to go on. And at that point, I was hooked. And then when I lived in Troy as a little kid, I used to go downtown to WTRY, which was down a block from my grandparents' house. And they would let me go and see what was going on in the radio station. I just thought it was cool. This is literally, being on the radio was all I've ever wanted to do.
What education do you need for broadcasting?
You don't need education, but now with everything that's going on, you need to have the experience with computers. You got to have math. You really do need some background before you get into it, because it's not just one size fits all. It used to be before all you had to do was know how to cue up a record or whatever, but now you really have to know the ins and outs of how computers work, and it's much more complicated than it was before.
What do you love about your job?
Being on the air. I mean, what's there not to love about being on the air?
Well, I saw a picture.
Being on the air is what it's, when you know that there are thousands and thousands of people listening to what you're saying. If you get to make somebody laugh, make somebody cry, make somebody angry or whatever, it really is cool. That's what it's all about, being on the air.
When you PA announce, how do you prepare? Now, I noticed that you were over with Bob and Rosters. What else can you tell about it?
Well, like today, this afternoon, I had to go through and get all the changes that are going on. I had to go over and get pronunciations, because I try not to mess up people's names. And if I do, I do.
Wednesday, that was a little... Wednesday, you're like, I think that's who he is.
There was one guy that never appeared here in a preseason game. We didn't have any preseason games, so I didn't know who he was.
Which really stunk, because, we went down for a couple. We went down to Connecticut in that private thing. Barreca hooked us up there. And then we went in for East New Jersey. So we did not see him, actually. I think they made the jersey and said, if you make the team, you make the team. And if not, we'll give you the waivers.
And plus, I also have to go through, after I'm finished with you, I'll talk with Justin, who's the game night coordinator, and we'll go over what's going on for promotions during the game today. I'll talk to Gary. I'm also an off-ice official, so then with Art and everybody else that's up here, we get together and try to figure out.
With post-game jersey auctions, you do not like those, but...
It's a lot of work.
Yeah.
It's a lot of work, and I can't see. By that time of the night, usually, I've been up since 3 o'clock in the morning, so by that time, I'm ready to go home and go to bed.
When we had the tuxedos, you were kind of slouching, and then everyone didn't really like them. So
the tuxedos were a tough sell. It was New Year's Eve, and
it's after Christmas.
It's right after Christmas. I mean,
and everyone was like, "Oh, this is ugly." And my dad looks and he goes, "You're not gonna find those in the NHL."
No, and the thing about it is, I had a T-shirt like that back in the '80s. So.
Did you do any other PA announcing before the Adirondack Phantoms?
I was with the Red Wings. I was with the Ice Hawks. I was with the Frostbite. I've done baseball. I've done football. I've done everything. I've done tractor pulls. I've done a lot of announcing all over the place for a lot of different things that I'm not too proud of.
Give me your favorite Adirondack Phantoms moment.
Oh, wow. Do I have to come up with one? I don't know. Just getting hockey back here at Civic Center.
Yeah.
It's tough to pinpoint one because my bobblehead hasn't come out yet. But
I saw that. My dad goes, Dad, I go, is Dan Miner retiring? He's like, what are you talking about? I go, they're on here for bobblehead night. He's like, whoa, he might be retiring. I was like, I don't think so.
No, not yet. Not yet. I still got a few more years.
And one last question here. Your favorite all-time announcing partner?
Wow. Favorite all-time announcing partner? I've had a lot of them. And I've worked with one guy for 15 plus years, Pete Cloutier. I've done baseball with a bunch of guys, including Dave Bodak, who would have been a legendary broadcaster, but he quit. And there are a bunch of others as well, too. But I'll probably have to say Clute.
Nemo, radio, I saw the pictures, and you're kind of scratching with your head, and you're like, oh, why am I here? Why do I have to track the storm? And then we didn't get a lot of snow, but Bruins game canceled, Buffalo getting sailed in a little late, and, it is what it is, and thank you for your time.
Thanks.